Okay, this is the best time of the year. Every gravel bank everywhere has been washed, changed. You won't even find footprints when you go out. Go out on rainy days like this when you get a chance in between the rain. Most people won't even look down at pretty rocks until they go out swimming in a couple of months from now, unless they're actually out rock hounding. So it's just a good chance to get out there and find the huge, awesome things laying right on the surfaces everywhere. So that's what we're going to do today, is just a little bit of quick strolling and rolling across all the new faces and see what we find. I am on a location that I've been at before in another season. It's been washed over, and this spot's a great swimming spot. It's right by a bridge and huge beaches, and they constantly get washed anew. After I do this, they'll probably it's starting to rain. We got thunder clouds. They'll probably all get switched over again. But while I was talking to you, my other brain picked up this. I wanted to look at it. A little cavernous layer of green coppery ore looking stuff in there. I like that. I want to go out to Nevada or somewhere where I know there's copper ore. It's one of the things that intrigues me, and hunt it. You are a cool landscape rock, right? Sticking out of a garden. It's almost a snail. Pretty cool. Happy spring! So this is a spear tip. It's obsidian. Let me get you a close up right there. You can see it. And this is what happens to them when they roll in the river. So if you leave them in the gravel, not only do they get broken. See, this one was literally just laying on the surface, but that's how you will find them a lot of time. When you are looking in the river in any part of the world, for any stone object, they will be as sanded down as the rest of the rocks around them. It's been sandblasted and sandblasted. That was a shiny, sharp, black spear tip at one point. Every surface of it completely chipped down and worked down into a fine. I mean, that's really balanced and long, and obviously a good core. Here's an example of, it's river glass, so it's not beach glass. Same property, right? That was a sharp piece of a bottle or a window or something, and that's how much it's been rounded down. Also a silicate, so it's laying there. I think these end up on the surface like that a lot of the time because they're so hydrodynamic that the water flows around them, takes everything else away but them, and they just kind of sit there and wiggle and get cleaned off. I was really excited because when you get down to new beaches at this time of the year, not only, you know, spear tips and everything else, but you know, all the prettiest. There can be a 4-inch quartz crystal just laying right on the surface next to it also. So there's nothing but animal prints here, and that's super enjoyable. And once again, I'm glad you guys are with me to see that, and that there's an example of glass. So these should really somehow be preserved. And here is a suspicious looking rock. We've seen things like this before. When we find good material, let's go wash it off and see what kind of core we got going on. Okay, so I suspect this is a hard, I don't suspect this is a hard rock. I know this is a hard rock that Native Americans would make tools out of. And often when you see me find these cores like this that have big flakes knocked off on all sides, you'll hear me go off on it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it again, but basically these are what's left in my theory, where they just keep taking big chunks off to make tools out of. This one's been rounded down a little bit because it's in the river, but end up kind of looking like a tool themselves, but they're, like a faceted stone. And we tend to machine things and do things in patterns when we do it, so you can see that happening as the big fracture's been taken off this and then a tool made. If you have a stone that you like, that you're making good tools out of, no reason to go hunt another one. You just keep it to keep making more off of it and making more off of it. Or you toss it down and the next guy goes, hey, that's really exciting. I like these. These are like stock material that you can tell was an actual stock material stone. Okay, moving on. Okay, I don't know if I've told you this before, I can't remember, but I like to try and call stones and arrowheads and stuff to me by kind of sending out the mental thought that I'm here to appreciate you, and I can love you like no one else can. No, just kidding, but same type of vibe. I tell the arrowheads and the artifacts that I know that they're not just a rock, that they were crafted by another human being and have purpose, and that they deserve a fate better than just turning back into sand. So that's just kind of a signal that I put out there, and it tends to work. Same thing with all the stones that I'm hunting. Just kind of let them know that I actually appreciate them and that I'm holding them for their own individual value, which I think all of us would appreciate that, right? So it tends to be attractive to them. Today I'm doing something. Sometimes I pick up random rocks that sound good together and I clink them in a rhythm. So I just wanted to show you this. Let me see if I kind of sounds like just natural sounds, billy bong sounds. But I found a stone, split it in half. That felt good to do, and everything good has started turning up as I was doing that. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys that in case that helps. Wow, cool. Look at that. Pure layer of sugar. Ah, man. Just a little buff down on the little crystal tips from being in the river. But that's what that is. Bunch of little crystals all packed in there together, making a little crystal layer. I'll take it. This one's actually purple. And that killer, look at the layers on there. It's all bubbly like a stalagmite. Surface all mineralized. It's actually purpley. I like that. That's cool. Haha. That's awesome. You guys see it? I can wait. Actually, I can't. Look. You can see the little disc shape still left in it. Ah, look at that. That is so awesome. Look at that. Look. So, you recognize it? It's another one. It's starting to rain on us right now. That's not bad though. Look at that. So this one's like flat bottomed. These big chunks that you see missing are what happens when you leave them in the river. See that one? That was recent. So you can see all the other buffing down from having been in the river. See, a lot of these are big chunks that were taken out of it that are also sanded down. So what you're getting is more and more of an unrecognizable thing until eventually, like all the other rocks, it turns into that. So, but here it is. Pretty cool. Number 2 for the day. Good hunt. That's awesome. And yeah, we'll just this one's cool. It's got more layers of that purpley, bubbly crystals inside of it. Just little pockets, but pretty cool. Oh, we might have to call it down here pretty quick because the big drops keep falling, and my little metal detector that I brought with me just in case isn't waterproof, so I'm trying to treat it better since it got me the gold thing. So anyhow, kind of cruising along. Oh, look at that. Oh wow, that's cool. Wow. Making sure it's not a tool. It's just really pure. I hope the camera's getting some of that. You see the brown outer layer, and then the beautiful like jade or green quartz underneath that. Switch the light a little bit, make sure we're getting it. And it's cool. Really cool. Alright, I'm setting you guys up today. What was that I was saying about the big old 2-inch quartz crystal laying on the surface? I didn't even know there was any in this creek. Look at that. See it? Look. Now it suffered the same fate as the spear tips and everything else that's been rolled down this puppy. But that's what that is. You can see the sharp edges on it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know it's just straight pure quartz. 6-sided. There was its milky base and its clear top. You want to go get it wet? I do. Awesome. Laying right on the surface. Just like the tips. What are you? No? Okay. Just walk down to the water. I'm going to cut a straight line because I'm actually gridden off. I'm down here on this little plume, and it's the most washed by the water. You can see there's not even footprints on it, so things are just laying on the surface. But I do little scuffs in the dirt, if you haven't seen me do that before, and use stuff like this like you do when you're out on the water. You use bushes and landmarks and stuff to know where you're at on the coast or on the beach. Same deal when I'm gridding off a big old area that all kind of looks alike. There it is. That's more of its original shine. Wow. Well, you can't ask for more than that. Come on. I just jammed out for a little rock hounding. 2 spear tips. Big old quartz crystal. Wow. Thank you, people, for sending all the good vibes. I hope I'm sending it back, and I hope you get a chance to get out somewhere wonderful and find some. Keep questing. We're surrounded by treasures. Just scraping the surface and very beginnings of of really uncovering the mysteries of our world. Yeah. Okay. A couple of chunks of green and red mixed together. Tiger stripes. Look at this dinosaur chunk of like marbly agate. Oh. Big and heavy. We'll get you the detail on that. Oh, neat. Can you see the swirls? They're like in bands, like a rainbow. Really white and non-translucent, you know, from the outside here. But you can see it's like an agate. You can see the layers. If you cut that like a loaf of bread, can you picture what that would look like? Pretty cool. And then there's the top. A bubbly mass. Looks like a brain, huh? Feels like a brain. It's probably like my brain. And then almost forming crystals in there. Pretty cool. Now this cut, pretty cool. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There it is. Looks like nothing, huh? Except for a little translucent. Little translucent. Where is the sun? There is no sun. Look at that. Okay. Gonna make a mark here. Don't know where I was. This is Nate making a mark. Am I getting goofy? It's usually a sign that it's for lunch. A sign that it's for lunch. Now look at that. That's some of citrines. Are you getting that out there? Do you register? Are we copying? Over. I'm always looking at spots. More than half of what I find are in spots that aren't easy spots. Look at that. Oof. Down in there. Caverns of goodness. That is just all crystal agate. Yummy. Take you to the newbie pond. Look at that. Don't know if it's better wet or dry, but this gets the dirt off. And yeah, it's a gobstopper, an everlasting gobstopper of goodness. Up in a spot that's where the heavy agates are falling out here, where the trees slowed them down or something. But there's big gobbies of, oh, look at that one. We gotta get that one wet. That's like a jasper or something. But yeah, another, that's not quartz. It's just a huge, doesn't have rings and layers in it, but it looks like a big old crazy agate. I only touched one teeny tiny little strip of this whole place too. And the way it's starting to rain, it's probably all gonna get torn up and shredded tonight. So remember, wherever you are in the world, every time that the river gets to charge itself through, it's gonna be restocked with goodness. I don't really care how many dues you say I got. Look at that. Wow. Is that chunk of just the most beautiful jade you've ever seen. That is awesome, awesome. The deep greens in that. Wow. Just that part was sticking out. Cool.